Hi everybody and welcome to Indigosky Holistic. I'm creating a brand new hi and welcome video for 2025. A little bit of a different setup to last year's welcome video when I was in my beautiful therapy room. But today I am creating this video at home in my bed because, well, the rest under trust process has just begun and it's all about rest and learning how to lean into that and what that looks like and how that feels, particularly as a busy mum of three, or busy in any other life situation. And I use that word busy in a light and fun way. I have a blog post to come very soon on the word busy, why I don't use it, why I don't use it in my business. I have found a new word for that though, so watch this space. And I thought, hey, let's do a new video, and I'll do it here. I'm not in my therapy room till the 4th of January, and I thought it would be good to get this done now because 2025 is gonna be about change. It's gonna be about getting rid of all the old shit, literally in my case, and welcoming in the new stuff. So in a couple of days I will do a little rundown of what 2024 has been like. It has been amazing in so many ways, but also a little bit stressy and tense and unsettling, particularly in the latter quarter of the year. But yeah, change is here. 2025 is going to be magical. Just looking at the energetics and what I know very, very, very on a very foundational level around the astrology and the energetics and the transits and whatever type of astrological way of looking and thinking you follow or want to look at. There is brilliant, amazing, beautiful changes coming, transformations coming through the course of the next 12 to 24 months, maybe 36 months even, up to like 2027, 2028. I'm getting my years right, yeah. So it's going to be quite a intense and crazy time. But this is my little hi and welcome to Indigosky Holistic video. So, for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Davina. I am an energy healer, intuitive, holistic therapist, psychic, home educating mum of 3. I am also a wife. I have a house, just about. More on that in a couple of days. I have a home. I should say I have a home to look after and care for, and at the moment declutter, clear out, and just basically shift and change around because we won't be here for much longer in this house. So yes, and the beautiful things that I create and do span many different tools and modalities because I am, in my human design, a 6-2 manifester. That means I don't just do one thing. No, sorry, no. I don't just do one thing. I have many balls in the air at all times. But as a manifester, I don't have the energy for many balls in the air at any one time. And so I kind of often drop them. And not so much drop them as I move from one thing to another. I work with what I'm called to work with, or I play with what I'm called to play with at any given time. But some of the tools that I use and support people with are energy healing, which I teach as a Reiki master. Ooh, I do like saying that. And I don't just use vanilla Reiki or the way that most people are taught Reiki. I am attuned in Sui, Tibetan, Holy Fire, you want to call them, all those things. You can. I like to call it energy healing. I've also done practices in traditional shamanic practices. My shamanic teacher did both Native American shamanism and I think Celtic. Long time since I started diving into that world, and I can't remember, but I know that she did work with, or learn with Native American shamanic teachers who actually were Native American, and then more European based shamanic practices, because there's a whole like thingy around that we should know and learn the wisdom of the lands that we live in. Unfortunately, I believe a lot of European shamanic or energy medicine has been hidden, taken away from us, but that's for a whole other video. We'll come to that, I'm sure. So that is my number one love and support process that I do is energy healing. I love it, particularly when it's distance healing or not face-to-face healing, although I do like weekly energy healing sessions with some clients and have an amazing experience for them. So that is one thing. Another magical and amazing thing that I do is holistic therapy mentoring. So that is not just therapy. My experience and learning has been with processes like EFT, and that's what I'm most experienced in, and have done some learning courses and been taught in. So I'm looking for the right words because we don't like no heavy shit words here. So I've learned and been taught EFT specifically, and have other experiences in emotional clearing from both myself and been taught by. So I I bring this to the table when I'm doing holistic therapy, mentoring and teaching and supporting clients. I've created a process which I use, or a support tool which I use, called Creative Life Support, because it's neither life coaching, although I have been taught that as well. It is not life coaching, it is not business coaching, it is not any of those sort of dense teachings. It's not uniform. I don't tell you how to do XYZ in your life or your business to create XYZ. I support you to find the answers that you have within you. And one of the things that I do use as well, which shows this unique ability that we all have, is human design. I am a human design teacher. I have been studying human design now for over 4 years, and I use that to show people their unique energy blueprint and help them support themselves through that. So that is one of the ways that I bring in the holistic mentoring side of things, because we're all unique. There is no uniform way. Don't ever let anybody tell you there is one uniform way to do XYZ in anything in your life. There isn't, because you are unique, and anyone that you are supporting, if you are looking at raising your offspring, if you are looking at teaching clients anything, we're all unique. We need to be able to empower each other in our own unique skills and abilities now, and not be saying this is the uniform way. That is my slightly empowered nearly 14-year-old feeling very noisy, as she is. This is family life. This is mum life. This is why I love it. So she is noisy, and always seems to be noisier at this time of day than any other, because it is about nearly 8 p.m. I think. So where was I? Human design. Bring that in. I don't teach that necessarily, but I often like to know my clients' human design so that I can tailor my support that I give to them and help them to open up because I know their human design and I know their superpowers and their strengths. and what won't work for them if I'm going to guide them. I know that certain energy types don't respond well to certain certain ways of teaching, and ways of, like, what might feel like encouragement to one individual may feel like a bit of a push and a shove in a really like restrictive or demanding way that doesn't suit them. And one of the ways that I've learned this is actually through knowing my daughter's human design. They've got 3 daughters. There's some differences between their human design. One's a completely different energy type to the other 2, and the other 2, even though they have the same energy type, are completely different in their energy blueprint and makeup and how they react and respond to different things. So this is one of the things that I love to bring in and support people with, is human design within families, supporting you to know your children through their human design and know yourself better, so that you can actually be a more consciously nurturing mother or father to them, because you know your human design and you know how you're made up and can tailor your way of being in a way that doesn't clash with them and their way of being. So that is the holistic therapy side of things. So I am also an aromatherapist and a crystal healer. So I bring in that side of things to some of what I do when I'm doing like supporting people with things like anxiety and stress and life experiences like that. I will often bring aromatherapy in, share some oils. I provide all of these things for clients when they book in for any type of modality. Crystals particularly, I also make elixirs for crystal support, crystal healing support. So the crystals are just beautiful energies given to us by the planet that hold frequency and vibration for nurturing different elements within ourselves. So these are my favorite tools to use. Obviously I teach human design, I teach Reiki, I have students that I take through Reiki attunements, and I will be doing that in some way through 2025. I'm not decided yet. I think I'm actually going to do an online distance attunement class. I'm playing with what that's going to look like. But also, as a mum of 3 home educating, I support home educating people, families, parents, mums, dads, with self-direction in their home education. So we are unschoolers, if you want to stick us under an umbrella. As home educating family, we're what is termed radical unschoolers, as in if it's something that you do in school, we won't be doing it. And that's not to say that our girls are not learning maths and English, or literacy and numeracy as we'd rather call it, and not learning things that they'd learn in school, like geography and science and all those good things, history. But it's done in a self-directed way. So the first and foremost, they have always led by their interests and excitement, what it is that interests them, how they want to learn. And I have then learned through my own experience being around home education for 30 years that everything is educational. First of all, we're always learning as adults all the time. We're like, try and go through a day where you don't learn anything, you will struggle. Something always pops up and goes, I didn't know that, because you're always learning stuff. And the same goes for the younger generation. And one of the things that I've learned is whatever their interests, whether it is, God forbid, gaming, which is like they've all been gamers at one time or another, or are, whether it's gaming, whether it's art, whether it is animals, whether it is cooking, everything is educational. And you can bring in literacy and numeracy, if you must do, into everything. And that is, recipes need recipes. If you're talking about being in the kitchen, recipes need literacy and numeracy. And as I'm always pointing out to my husband, baking, cooking is a science. It's a science. When my sister, who is 17 years older than me, was at school, it was actually called domestic science. And when she did domestic science at school, they actually went into the science of baking, and it was really cool. And I learned some of that from her, even though it was home economics by the time I was at school. And now I don't know where it falls into the school curriculum anymore, cookery. But yeah, that's my favorite thing to do for people, is teach them to be self-directed in their own holistic experience, because learning to be self-directed is the key to finding your purpose, finding your passion, following your highest excitement to create the life of your dreams, which is a process for sure. And I'm still processing it, maybe even working at it sometimes, because, well, let's just put that in there now. We'll write a blog post on this and discuss it in a video, but work is a word that I don't use for myself. I don't use it for Indigosky Holistic and the support services that I provide as Indigosky Holistic, because work has its roots in anxiety inducing energy, and we strive not to have strive is probably a dodgy word too, but I like to play with ways to not feel so heavy in anything that I do, whether it is connected to creation of income and money and creative endeavors, whether it is taking care of the house, which is still a sticky one because I do still see that as work, and I think that's why I kind of stalled in clearing and sorting the house out for our impending move. Whether it is like personal inner stuff, like the inner work, healing, the personal development, individual development, and things like that. So self-directed teaching is what I do. I lead you into knowing you have the answers and you have the wisdom and you can create it all, and how you do that through your energy and through your vibration and through your frequency and through your connection to spirit, which we all have. Yeah, we are all spiritual, energetic beings that of like light and energy and substance from the planet too. We do have material substance within us as well, and we are a little beautiful mix of all of it. So I obviously, as a mum, support primarily those who are in high care roles, mums and dads, and professional caregivers of like all sorts of different tools, modalities. I do have a number of professional level clients who are in high demanding roles in their service, and they come to me for energy support and nurturing of their spirit, and as a result their physical health as well. So I support with self-care and have some processes. I'll link my website down below where I have like a 30-day nurturing self-care process, but the one that I'm really loving, we've just started. The rest surrender trust process has been like apparently 6 years in the making, because it's everything that I have experienced on my own inner journey through the last 6 to 7 years, since around 2018, to really get to know me, get to know who I am inside, as well as my connection to spirit and source, creative universal energy that is in us all, and how we have to have this trusting way of being for ourselves, surrender everything that we can't control to some higher dimensional frequency, and learn to embody rest of our whole being, because our nervous systems are often shot to pieces because of life experiences. We have to learn to rest that part of us to do the rest and to find a flow in life. So I did it that way around: trust, surrender, rest. And I'm like, no, let's dive in with the rest first. And so I've reversed the process to make it much more flowing and aligned and calming and nurturing right from the get-go. We've just started with diving into rest, and that process is a 6-month process. It has a Telegram channel where you can then chat about the things that we are learning through the process and share your sticky moments and your ups and downs. And that's my speaker disconnecting from my laptop. Don't mind my speaker. Where we can drop into any questions, any thoughts, any feelings, so that I can be there on hand to support you through each step of the process. Because it's all well and good me saying, here's all this information, and you put it into practice and then struggling. And it's like, my situation, whilst it's quite full on and I have a lot going on, is very different to somebody who's maybe got school runs every day, or a couple of children in different schools, or one of those things, situations, scenarios that's out there: a child in school and a child who's home educated, someone who's working a 9-to-5 job and juggling either school or home education, as well as all those people who maybe don't have children, who are juggling high care roles in their life, either in their career or in their family. So yeah, rest, surrender, trust, it is just starting, and it's just going to be this really beautiful process through 6 months. And it will be a digital package once this is done, where that can be bought as purchased on my website as a standalone process that you can take yourself through. But I think this is going to run regularly once I've got the content nailed down. Once I've got the content created, which we are creating on the go in the needs of the moment for those who are in the container. So, and I think that is mostly me and Indigosky Holistic. I do massage too in my beautiful little therapy room, which I will take you to in a few days. I do massage as well, aromatherapy massage, because when I did my aromatherapy, I learned how to do massage, because it's often the way that it goes. And I got requested to jump into that role one day. You can read about that on my blog. I didn't set out to be a massage therapist, but hey, it is what it is, and it's very good. And I highly recommend, if you can get a massage every month, get a massage every month, because there's so much benefit to that. It's for the whole body and energy system. It's not just about relaxing, it's actually about your whole physical health. We need to touch more, and we don't. So, and that is me, I think. More and more coming up from me through 2025, right here on YouTube. I have EFT groups. All of this you can find on my website in the services tab, which will be in the comments. But I have lots and lots of EFT content, which you can find in my playlist. And the one thing I didn't mention, which is also in playlists on there, is my EFT for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh, so I am an ex-Jehovah's Witness. I have I had religious trauma, complex PTSD. It's where my complex PTSD came from, which I've supported myself through and out of. I don't consider myself to still be suffering from complex PTSD, although there is still some residual stuff hangs around when life throws crazy situations at you, like being evicted from your home. But again, more on that in another video. So yes, I have supported myself through and out of religious trauma, and because of some of the situations and feelings that people have to be supported through from particularly dogmatic fundamentalist Christian sects, cults and organisations who have maybe been a little bit more restrictive on educational and worldly wisdom, shall we say. I've been creating a EFT for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses free on my YouTube, because that is something that has clearly impacts a lot of ex-cult, ex-religious sect and cult members, is finances. So because I know so many ex-Jehovah's Witnesses who struggle with finances and who don't value themselves to invest what they have into therapy and support. And because I'm coming at this from the experience of an ex-Jehovah's Witness, with all the special, unique lingo that is around that particular religion that you can tailor make to your particular cult that you have left, your sect organisation or whatever, you can tailor the language to that. But it's a very much needed, I think, supportive process that I can give back to the community of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. So that is me. Please do share this with anyone who you think might benefit from any of the support that I offer and give. I'm here to change things for humanity, break down the systems, crush and crumble all of that control system, those control systems. Obviously not single-handedly. But those control systems of the world, as you can see, we home educate. I am a holistic practitioner, because I think that the medical system is just taking physical body into consideration way more than it should do. There is spirit and there is emotion that is need of support, probably before the physical body or alongside the physical body with more critical conditions. Yeah, we can go into politics and other shit sometime if we need to, but yeah, we're definitely here to smash down some paradigms through the next couple of years. So yeah, that's me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the other side of the start of 2025, which is another whole, like, should we go into the Gregorian calendar and what bullshit the new year being on January the 1st is? Yeah,